back, everybody, to Sports 360. Ako po si Aaron Atayde at ngayon, makakasama natin from your Gilas 3.0 pool, Mr. Asi Taulava! The Ageless Asi joining us. How you doing, man?
I feel good. Thank you for having me on your show. I mean, thank you for having the youngest guy on Gilas 3.0.
Right? We have to. I mean, if we're going to go Gilas 3.0, we got to go with the young ones.
We gotta go with the young ones. The young ones got a lot of work ahead of them. Big task ahead, but it's very fun and challenging.
And speaking of that list, tignan naman natin ang 16 players na nagbubuo po ng Gilas 3.0 lineup. And of course, this team will be cut down heading towards our FIBA Asia Championships, where only one team will be moving on into the Olympic Games. Kita niyo naman po, former Gilas players on your screens. Of course, familiar names like Gabe Norwood and Ranidel De Ocampo, led, of course, by Jason Castro. And then some other names there as well, such as Matt Ganuelas, Don Antiveros, and our very own Asi Taulava. Former Gilas players back on that lineup. How does it feel to be back in that pool?
It's such an honor just to be blessed to still be on the team. You know, to make it to the pool, not on the team, make it to the pool of 16. We got a lot of work ahead of us, and we just got to work. You know, we got to make a lot of sacrifices because we want to win games, and at the same time, by the time we get to FIBA Asia, we want to bring home the gold medal and stick it back to China.
What I want to know is, how do you feel about the mix of the players in this Gilas pool 3.0?
Still early to tell. We only been practicing for 1 week. We gotta push one another. That's why he has veterans and young guys. The veterans should be able to help coach, get the message across to the younger generation, the younger guys, what it takes to get the job done. Gilas 2 knew what it takes. They were one win away from winning the gold medal. So you have still a few of those guys around, and plus the younger guys like me. So we'll try to get the job done this time. I know some people are doubting us, and some people feel bad that we lost few players from the Gilas 2. But we can't worry about that. Like Coach Tab said, we have a lot of work ahead of us. That's what we should be worried about, figuring out how to win a gold medal. Don't sit there and worry about the past. Just move forward and let's keep working.
Asi, what is your role right now? I mean, you've been in a lot of international tournaments representing our country. What is your role right now for Gilas 3.0?
Whatever Coach Tab asks of me. If it's playing, if it's on the sideline cheering the guys on, or just being, inspiring the guys. You don't want to be a guy that just be sitting around and moping around, and then I shouldn't be on the team. I got to be that guy, even in practice. You got to have energy. Coach Tab expects everybody when you come to practice to be full of energy, do the drills at game speed. When I say game speed, that's not easy for a 42-year-old, but I do go out there and work. That's the fun part about it. When you see the 16 guys that's at practice coming in every day and putting everything on the line, we're working for that goal. We know it's not going to be given to us, and we have to work very hard for it.
Well, if they follow up, Aaron, if they see you running a 30-year-old Asi Taulava,
oh, I like that. I like that.
Like the rookies have to. You mean that's maybe one of your responsibilities to lead by example, right, Asi?
That is the best weapon. Anybody can go out there and talk. Anybody off the street can just walk on the floor and talk as much as they want. But if you lead by example, that's a lot easier. That's why having Jimmy coming back to the national team and working out with us, keeping himself in shape. Guys get inspired by that. Jimmy was retired for a year, and now Jimmy's out there practicing, pushing himself to the limit. I remember my first day of practice, I told you about this earlier. We were doing shooting drills. Usually when a basketball player or somebody tells you, okay, let's go do some shooting drills, first day of practice. So you're thinking you're going out there, you're going to chunk a lot of shots. Easy, anybody can do that. But when Coach Tab says, okay, half of the group, the baseline, half at the free throw line, and I want that half at the half court, penetrating hard in between the lanes, hit the paint, kick the ball out.
Wow.
I was like, that's not a shooting drill.
This is day one.
This is day one. But it opened up our eyes what coach was expecting from us. You got to come in there, get ready to work, and you have to be in shape, because that's the bigger picture. Just imagine, we practice 6 days a week. We have to train our body, prepare our bodies to play 9 games straight or 11, whatever it takes to win that gold medal. And none of those games, we can't afford to give games away because we're going to be the smaller team, so we have to be in tip-top shape.
Of course, the Gilas team has been rejuvenated with players like Asi and Don who dating Gilas, bumabalik na ngayon. Pero may mga bago rin tayo, mga mukha na nakikita para dito. Asi, what is it like in the practice when you have Calvin and Terrence there? And I mean, these new guys that are bursting onto the scene, and now they have Gilas Pilipinas on the front of their jersey.
Tell you the truth, I didn't know what to expect. You know, I've seen Terrence play in the PBA. I've seen Calvin play for Alaska. You
And
know
JC as well.
JC, and you know those guys have energy. But to actually see those guys and be teammates with them, I was like, man, I need to make a trade at Inlex to get these guys over. You know, Terrence is loaded with talent. You know, the guy never gets tired. You know, he's always constantly moving around. And then you have Calvin Albueva. You know, if you're not his teammates, you practically hate the guy. You know, sorry to use that word. That guy has a lot of energy. Doesn't stand still for one. And I hate it when Coach Tab put him down there with the big guys. So now we have to chase him around. So imagine having, you know, this guy with all this energy and he's moving around and we having tough practices. But he pushes the pace. And of course, you got JC. You deserve to be there.
I mean, there's a lot of questions with them. You've seen them in this lineup, in this light. You've also been in this light in other tournaments. How do you think they will translate, if ever, onto the Gilas team?
One thing for sure, we're going to have energy. We're going to have speed. The quickness is always our edge. You know, us big guys, the veterans, we just go in there, bang body, hold the fort down the paint, and let Terrence, let Calvin, let Jason Castro, and hey, let's not forget about Andray.
Yes.
I think by far he's the best guy in Asia player. You know, just practicing against him, it's tough. It's tough trying to keep this guy out of the paint, and at the same time, he can score in different ways. He can score from the three-point line, he can score in the paint, mid-range. He's got the whole package. I guess that's why he's been in the NBA. And thank God that he didn't go back to the NBA because we won't have him right now.
So, Asi, you already mentioned about Andray. How is he in practice? We've seen some pictures of him, videos of him. Is he, ready for this?
Is he fit?
Yeah.
For me personally, I think he's ready. I think he's the best guy to have on the team, you know, as a naturalized player. This guy, you know, everybody has this thing when he first got here, he was out of shape, you know, he's overweight. But that's just, as a player, you have to let your body go sometime. After having a hard season playing for so long, you gotta let yourself enjoy. And now he's back on the grind. We have 6 more weeks of practice. He's lost weight from the first day since he arrived in the Philippines up to today. And he's getting in shape every day. I think with the pace that we're practicing in, he's just gonna push himself and get in great shape.
You know, you see there, he did that. That's what people are saying. That he might not be in that shape. You banging on him. You know that body more than anyone else on that team. Is that tough?
That picture right there, that was the first day of practice. That's
Yeah.
very deceiving. You know, if you would see him now, you know, I know he was here last year, he was in great shape, but he's going to get there. You know, that's the reason why he's been in the NBA. That's the reason why he dominated in China. He knows how to get himself in shape. And he's a professional. You know, that's one thing about Andray. You know, when he's out there, he's practicing hard. You know, even though he came in, you know, out of shape, but he was still pushing himself every day. He knows what he's got to do, and he knows the responsibility the country is putting on top of his shoulders.
Well, Asi, one thing that I want to tell you guys is like there's a lot of criticism of who's in, who's not going to play, and everything. It's kind of unfair because you guys are sacrificing that 6 days of practice straight, right?
Yes.
But there's like Tuesday, Thursdays, twice a day. So that's like what? That's math already.
That's
Yeah.
eight practices in a week.
So it's rather than focusing on people that are not there, the sacrifice that you guys have, including Andray Blatche, including you and all the rest of the Gilas, it has to be commended. It has. We have to show our appreciation for your sacrifice because it's not going to be easy, right? Asi, this is just the first week.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.
Coach Javi Nuna for president.
You know, everybody has their own thoughts, their own opinions. But, you know, like Coach Tapp said, we can't live with, you know, you can't please everybody. Our responsibility is to the country. Our responsibility is to the team. We got to come in and work because, you know, we can turn it around. All them doubts, we can use it as a motivation.
Yep.
Just what happened in the world and the bidding for the World Cup.
Yeah.
We can use that as motivation. You know, all those small things, all those little things, if you use them the right way, we can get ourselves over the hump. you know, the more they doubt us, and if we win the gold medal, just imagine how sweet it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The best feeling in the world, because nobody expected. But, you know, we're flying under the radar right now. Probably all the other teams in the other countries are thinking, okay, their main guys are not playing. The Philippines, they scratched us already. Oh, we got to win. But guess what? We're working hard 6 days a week. By the time we get to China, we're going to lay the smack down on somebody.
Exactly. Just remember that there was also concerns and there were questions about Gilas 2.0.
Yes.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
Same thing.
So we'll see how it pans out. And of course, we'll talk about more about your 3.0 Gilas sa aming pagbabalik. Huwag kaya